Welcome to the Scarlet, Blue, and You podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Lauren Yells, your Scarlet, Blue, and You host and Hannibal LaGrange Alumni Director. I'm coming to you from the Burt Studio on the always beautiful, a little warm HLGU campus. My very special guest is HLGU alum Erica Darnell. She also serves as the Student Activities Director and the Family Weekend Coordinator. Welcome, Erica.
Thanks for having me, Lauren. I'm excited to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Erica, we were just talking. You were one of my first students.
Yes.
I mean, I am an alumni director, but I like to hang with students too.
Yes.
And I get to know you when you're an alum. So this is fun. It's like big full circle for me. So, okay, let's talk about your student experience.
Okay.
What brought you to Hannibal LaGrange?
So originally my college plan was actually to stay closer to home. I'm from Southwest Missouri, the Joplin area, and I was planning to attend college somewhere where I could live at home. And during the summer before my freshman year of college, I got a phone call from the then coach of the women's soccer team, Coach Nichols, and asked if I'd like to come do an evaluation. And I was already pretty set on what I was doing, but I said, why not? I felt this prompting to come at least try it out. And I came up here for my visit. And I fell in love with the community, that even just like experiencing the campus through a visit in the summer when there's not as many people here.
Right.
Like the faculty and staff was just so welcoming. It was really funny. And we actually ran in a kid that I went to youth group with. I had no idea where Hannibal was, like what the college was here. He was working summer maintenance, and I ran into him on my tour. And it was like my mom, like that made her feel really assured that I would have like someone here. And so, that was pretty cool on my tour. But as soon as I visited the campus, I went through my soccer evaluation, like met the coaches and some of my would-be teachers. I was pretty convinced that this is where the Lord would have me come.
Nice. So what did you end up majoring in?
I was a business administration major, and my emphasis was in management and marketing. So kind of took enough classes to be a double major without really getting the double major on there. But I took a lot of electives to fill that time just to get as much as I could packed into those 4 years. So,
and did you play soccer all 4 years?
I played soccer for 2 years. So I played my first 2 years I was here, and then I managed the team my other 2 years. So I was involved the whole time I was here.
So does that mean you still have eligibility to play?
I do. So if I happen to take some master's classes and they needed a player,
you could come back.
I have played soccer a couple of times, like jumped in on intramurals and stuff, and I don't know that I could commit to being a
field gets bigger the older you get.
It does, After turning 30 and having 2 children, your body changes a little bit. And I played intramural football last semester on a team, like hopped in as a sub, and I couldn't walk for like 3 days. So even though I work out every day, it's a different level of commitment. So.
Well, and you're 18 versus not 18.
Yeah.
All right. So what was one of your favorite things about HLG as a student?
Oh boy. My student experience was awesome. Like when we came for our new student orientation, like I got to come early as part of the soccer team. So we moved in before that happened. But once new student orientation started, it kind of felt like summer camp. Like just the first few months of school really felt like you were at a summer camp. You were with your friends, like you were having a good time. There was always something to do. So I really loved like that environment of it. We had a lot of upperclassmen that kind of took us under their wing and showed us the community of Hannibal and pulled us into church and things like that. So that student experience was awesome. But I think my best takeaway from being here was I met my husband here at HLG. So Austin's definitely my best part of HLG, but I really enjoyed my entire experience here and some of my best friends. Like it was crazy, like freshman and sophomore year, thinking like when I graduate, thinking I'd probably end up in a bigger area, like maybe Columbia or St. Louis, but ended up getting plugged in here and deciding to stay after we got married. And lots of our friends did the same thing. So we still are very good friends with people that we were roommates with here at HLG. So that was
nice because I don't always have to say goodbye to you guys. Sometimes you stick around.
Sometimes we stick around. Yeah.
It's great. I love it. So how long have you worked in this position at HLG?
So I technically started in March of this year. So kind of midway through the school year last year, I started helping out as I knew that Chris was going to be stepping down from that position, and Ashley asked me if I would be interested. And I said, yeah, like I love students. Like I said, I really love my experience, and I want them to also love their college experience. So I decided that that's what I would step into, and Now we're full swing. We're going through NSO. We finished NSO, and we're doing activities like every other night. And
it doesn't let up.
Yeah, the ball is rolling.
Yeah, it's such a busy job. As soon as students arrive, you guys are like go until Christmas, and then you get a little break.
Yes.
Unless you start planning. You're like me. You're always planning 3 months ahead.
Yes, that is me. I'm a big picture type of person. So sometimes the busyness is like, oh yeah, and we have these things this week too, but I'm like 6 months ahead of the job.
Yeah. So NSO is New Student Orientation.
Yes.
Which lasts until school starts, right?
Yes. So they move in on a Thursday, and NSO happens through that Sunday, and school usually starts that Monday.
And then as soon as school starts, then you have Welcome Week.
Yes. So we just keep going.
And then you get like a tiny break, like 2 weeks, and then you go right into Twerp Week.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is a long-standing Hannibal LaGrange tradition.
Yes.
Can you tell, in case people don't know what Twerp Week is?
So I actually don't know when Twerp Week started, but it definitely was a thing when I was here. And
it was a thing when I was here.
Okay, so,
and my producer Todd.
Yeah, so it's been around for a while. So it's actually a week that happens usually in September, October. Kind of depends on the schedule of other things on campus, because we try to include all of our students, which are fall athletes. We want them to be able to participate. So it's a week long. Basically every night, usually not Wednesdays, because we want to encourage students to be involved in their local church, but usually every night there's an activity, and TWERP stands for the woman is required to pay. So it's kind of like an extended Sadie Hawkins. Like,
nice.
We're giving the girls opportunities.
But you're really nice to the girls, because they're usually really cheap.
Right. And so,
like $1.
Yeah. So we get like group discounts at places like Scotty's and Quincy, or this year we're working on some things that we haven't done before. I'm not ready to share those quite yet. But
stick around.
Yeah, but we're working on some things that are a little bit different this year for Twerp Week. But yeah, it's also like a lot of times it's not necessarily dates. Like it's like you and your group. Like whenever I was a freshman, it was me and the soccer team would go to all the Twerp Week activities together. But you get more discounts if you bring multiple people. So the more people you have, the more couples you have, the less money you pay. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's so fun. So that's in September.
Yes.
And then, because you weren't busy enough, you were like, let's throw in another big weekend.
Yeah.
And you're calling it Family Weekend, which I'm so excited.
Yes.
We haven't had one of those in a little while.
Yes.
All right. So what is Family Weekend?
So Family Weekend, it happens at a lot of places, but something I know it used to happen at HLG, but not while I was here. But I really want, like after students get settled in here, like their first month of school goes by, I want an opportunity for parents to come back and their families to experience what they do on a daily basis while they're here at HLG. So I wanted to create this opportunity about a month after school started. And so I ran it by a few people, and we're running with it. So we have a whole weekend full of plans for our students. There's a poster right here that Mr. Todd DeMott designed. So,
So September 27th through 29th.
Yes. So we have that last weekend in September. We're praying for beautiful weather. September can kind of be a gamble, but we're hoping for good weather. We've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday activities. So all weekend long, we have some discounts going on with local businesses, local attractions. So if you want to go to the cave with your family or take a riverboat cruise ride or things like that.
So nice.
We've worked that out with some of the people in our community. We have lots of alum that work around the area. And so
connections.
Yes, we have connections. So opportunities to have discounts, vouchers for those things if you're an HLG student and you bring your family to those. That Friday, we have a couple of things going on. It's actually, I believe, our first Trojan Day of the semester. So that morning, we'll have prospective students on campus going through campus visit day, which we call Trojan Days. And then that afternoon, we have our HLGU Alumni and Friends Golf Classic. Did I get that right?
You did. Okay. I'm so glad that worked out, that those two things collided.
Yes. So
we would love to see people out at Norwood's.
Yeah.
$300 a team.
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun. Includes lunch, carts, which is always fun.
So that'll be going on during the day. So, we want alumni to come for family weekend too. They're still our family. So once you're here, you're family. So we want the alumni to come for family weekend. Then that night, our on-campus event is going to be a PhD in the hot seat.
The third annual? Can we call it that?
Third edition of PhD in the hot seat. So I think Dr. Joe Garner is going to be joining us to be the PhD.
Who's our registrar, but also teaches some history classes, right?
Yes. And so, I'm very excited. I think it'll be a good time. Students, like last time or like always, will be able to submit questions ahead of time.
Perfect.
And then he'll eat some hot wings and power through them and see if he can make it to the end. So,
awesome.
Yeah, that seems to be a well-liked event, so students will get to bring their families out to that, and I'm really excited about that.
Okay, so that's Friday.
Yes.
Nice busy day.
Yeah.
And then Saturday is even better?
Yeah, Saturday is better. So in the morning, we have an HLGU Disc Golf Trilogy Challenge. What that is that when you register to be a part of that disc golf tournament, you get 3 discs, a putter, a mid-range, and a driver.
See, if you didn't know disc golf, you didn't know you needed 3 discs.
I have a husband that plays, and so that's the reason that I know a little bit about disc golf. I am terrible at it. I will play if I am asked to.
Maybe you're just using the wrong discs.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I don't have the discs that they're going to get in this player pack, so
that's right.
I need to get those. But yeah, you'll get those 3 discs, and then I believe it's open play from 7 a.m. to noon. So 7 a.m. to noon, it's open play. You have to play with the 3 disc provided, and then whoever has the best score on
gets glory.
Gets glory, and I think there might be some prizes.
Ooh, some fabulous prizes.
Yeah, so for being part of that. So that's open play in the morning. There's going to be a sign up. There already is a sign up for that. If you're a disc golfer, it's on Disc Golf Scene, and there are links to it all over our social media and things like that have been shared already. So,
great.
But yeah, and then the big one that evening, we've got some stuff going on. Well.
You said there's a volleyball game.
We have more. So before we even get to the evening, we have Dr. Matz and Mrs. Matz are going to do the brunch that is in the cafeteria that day. So they'll be around hanging out. So you have the opportunity to do brunch with the president so that the students and their families can do that. I believe that's 11:30 to 1 in the party center.
Sounds right.
If your parents are here, they will have to pay for their brunch.
But I think it's like $8.
Yeah, it's not
for all you can eat.
Yeah, not a super expensive
brunch.
brunch.
No, it's a good way to do it.
Yeah, and so but we have that going on. And then right after brunch at 1 p.m., we have a home volleyball game.
Nice.
And so we want to make sure that we support those. We actually have a theme.
I saw you had a theme.
Yeah, we have a theme for every home volleyball game for the student section. So students are getting really into it, and I love it. So our theme that day is actually USA. That's the team.
So Stars and Stripes.
Yes, but
galore.
Also the great thing about our school colors is that if you wear HLG attire, you are also being patriotic.
USA.
That's our theme for the volleyball game. That volleyball game will probably last until around 3:00, and then there'll be a little bit of a break, but we actually have a block party that's starting on the quad at 4 p.m. So we have got tons of local vendors and organizations that are going to set up local churches where the 4 sidewalks meet at the big rock.
Yes.
They will set up their booths along those 4 sidewalks in the middle of campus so students and their families can come. We're working on getting a bounce house and some different activities for if you have younger siblings, to bring them. But yeah, that'll be going on. Griffin's Floral Studio is going to do like a pop-up bouquet booth, so you can get some fresh flowers from them. We've got food trucks that are coming, and we've got, like I said, lots of churches and organizations that'll be doing giveaways.
You've been so busy.
I have been busy, but I love this.
It's really coming together, though.
Yes,
it sounds like a really fun time.
These next few weeks are going to fly by, but I'm really excited for how the weekend will turn out.
Yeah, and we haven't even talked about the biggest part of the weekend.
The biggest part of the weekend. So this is probably the part I'm most excited for if I have to pick one thing. Citizens, which is a Christian rock band, is actually going to be doing a performance in our Parker Theater. And so I'm very excited about that. We have lots of students that like Citizens, some that have seen them before, and they're excited for them to be here on our campus.
And they're doing a full concert.
So it's actually, I have to disclose this. it's their frontmen, so it's not the whole band.
Oh, okay.
So
if you're going to have an end, the front is the good part,
yeah.
right?
The front end is the good part. But yeah, they are touring in the fall. They have a new album that they're promoting, so they're going to be on a fall tour. They're going to play in St. Louis like a week before, and this is actually a break. They're squeezing us in a break in their fall tour. So their frontmen, Zach and Dan, will be here, and they will be doing. I don't know what their set list is gonna look like, so I'm not gonna promise
some of their
anything.
Big stuff.
But yeah, probably some of their more popular songs. And then I hope they're gonna be sharing.
It might feel more like intimate and acoustic.
And they actually, if you guys want to check out what that duo setup looks like, this past spring they toured with Chris Renzema. And there's some videos of that on Instagram and their social media on YouTube and Facebook. And even with just those two guys, like they still put on an incredible show. So I'm really excited. But their music is just so rich, like their lyricism, they're drawing from the scriptures, and they're full of hope. And so I really want to be able to worship with our students and their families and invite them into that. And it's also open to the public. So
yeah, and how much are tickets?
So tickets for the public are going to go on sale on Monday, coming Monday, August 26th. General admission is going to be $20 in advance and $25 at the door.
Nice.
And then there is actually an option to upgrade to a VIP seat, which is just going to be that front and center section down right by the stage. So if you want to sit really close to the stage and be front and center, you also have a photo op with the band if you pay for one of those VIP upgrades. And that's going to be $35 in advance and $40 at the door.
Nice.
So yeah. And for students, for the first 200 students that come to our box office in the student life office, they actually, until I believe it's next Wednesday, August 28th, they can claim a complimentary ticket for themselves. If it's in the VIP, they do have to upgrade, but they were really gracious and allowed us to reserve 200 seats for students, faculty, and staff to be able to come to the concert.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
That's a great weekend. And then Sunday...
Yeah, Sunday.
Day of rest.
Yeah, day of rest. Yeah. We want, after the first few weeks of school, a lot of our students that are coming here are visiting churches and trying to figure out where they're going to be during their time here on campus. So we want to encourage them to take their families with them and show them, the community that they're getting plugged into here. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. No, it sounds like a weekend of lots of fun.
Yes.
You can do some Hannibal stuff. You can do some family stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's good food.
Yep.
It's just full. So do they actually need to register for the weekend?
So there will be lots of things that have individual signups. Like I mentioned, the Alumni and Friends Golf Classic or the Disc Golf Trilogy Challenge. They have to obviously buy their tickets for the concert. The only things that we would want them to encourage them to sign up for, we're going to be posting these soon, is getting head counts for local attractions. So if they are really interested, if their family is really interested in, doing one of the trolley tours like we did during NSO, it'll be a little bit different than the one they did for NSO. But if they are interested, they just need an interest, like a head count, so they know, because they're planning to extend their normal hours so that we have time to hop in on those things. But we want to be courteous of them and let them know that we have a certain number of people coming. So
what's the easiest way for people to do that?
The easiest way to do that is that we are going to have a page set up on our website. We're working on getting that live right now. So it'll be
like a family weekend page.
So just like
all the answers.
Yeah, just like homecoming or the booster night, there will be a specific page under the news and events tab where they can hop on and look for all of the links.
Lovely.
But also, if you're following Hannibal LaGrange University on their Facebook or HLGU Student Life on Facebook or Instagram, we'll be sharing again and again all of the things because we want to make sure people don't miss out on it.
And they can probably always reach out to Student Life.
Yeah, they can always reach out to Student Life. They could send me an email or studentlife@hlg.edu, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that they have.
And we can include that stuff in the caption for the podcast.
Okay.
So it's easy to find there too. All right, so I think you already told me what you're most excited about, which is the concert.
Yes.
Which you've talked up,
Yes.
and now I'm excited about it.
And the block party, too. I'm excited for, local businesses, organizations to get on campus and students to kind of see what there is for them. Because, like I said, some people stay. And if you know what's going on outside of the campus, and you know what there is in Hannibal, it's a charming little town on the Mississippi River. And so we want them to be able to experience that, too.
Nice. Well, I appreciate all the work you're doing and how much you serve our students. You're a great alum, you and Austin both. And you're raising two tiny Trojans.
We are. Oh, yeah. Future Trojans.
So I appreciate it. Thank you for coming on. Is there anything we forgot to discuss?
I don't think so. I think I'm just I'm really excited. We have enrollment is up, and that's very exciting. That's something that's definitely and a blessing and answer to prayer for students to be here and being involved. And we're seeing that students are excited to be involved in the events that are going on campus. And the school seems to be thriving right now, and that's really exciting.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening to this Scarlet, Blue, and You podcast. Yeah. Remember, keep a song in your heart, preferably the HLGU alma mater.
Yes.
And Hannibal LaGrange in your mind.